Hey everybody, so it's your girl Travel with LA, and I am back with another video. So today we're gonna actually talk about what is NACA and what was the home buying workshop like. Get into like how did I even find out about NACA. So your girl was going to her therapist, basically found out about NACA through the therapist, and like we were having this really good conversation and just basically about like wealth and what does it mean to like build up wealth within your family, within your community. They are an advocacy program for the community, and they fight for people to be able to have a real chance at becoming a first-time home buyer, and they're not harassed or taken advantage of when it comes down to paying off these mortgages and getting down all these prices, and they can actually be in spaces where they can be affordable, safe, and also where it can help build up wealth and potentially future assets. What are some of those benefits? You have no closing costs, no charges, no mortgage insurance, and no credit, kind of like major credit like lookage, and no down payments, right?
What does all of that mean? I don't know.
Basically, what is the PMI? The PMI basically covers the bank's ass. Like, and what does that mean? In the case that you foreclose, the bank is going to charge you for you foreclosing and put interest on top of that. So basically, because NACA is saying no PMI, that basically means if you foreclose, anything like that, they cannot come after you and charge you additionally any type of craziness, right? Which sounds great. No down payments, right? So financing, you get to finance and pay it off as you go. No credit. So basically meaning, it doesn't mean if you don't have any credit you can go for it. That's what I'm understanding from it. What it's saying to you is that you don't, if your credit is like in the 500s because you haven't had a really good consistent paying off, or let's say you don't got really good spending habits, right? Let's just say that. Let's say if you don't have a job that's giving you the right amount of money to compensate for the amount of money that you might owe to credit cards or to bills or anything like that. What it's saying here is that we're not going based off of that, but instead our program gives you time to pay these things off.
Okay, still we on a good note right now.
Is the no closing cost. So NACA will pay for whatever the closing cost is. I need to understand more about that as I go along. Okay, it basically means anybody could do this program. Now they're not saying that they want the millionaires to come through and do the program, but I think what they're saying though is that the millionaires could also come through and do the program. But this is when we start getting into the differences between like the priority members and the non-priority members. That will come through in another video as well, because I need to understand more information about that too. Now, why aren't people doing this program? Why aren't we having a conversation about like programs that could assist the community in us becoming further home buyers? And mind you, right, even if like, let's say for instance, if you say that home buying is not for you, let's say for instance, if you're like, listen, like it just doesn't seem like a thing for me, I'm down to do an apartment, I'm down to do a condo. Why is this information still not being spread amongst the community, especially when we have too many different resources, too many people that are homeless, too many people that are struggling to pay rent, too many people that are suffering from gentrification? Do that due diligence, and I'm gonna spread that information. In these videos, like I said, what we're gonna be talking about is what is the process like, how long does the process take, what is some of the information that we need to know. So now, what did they cover? They covered mortgage information, right? Like what are things that, like what is the kind of mortgages that you could go for? They have the 30-year mortgage, the 15-year mortgage, and they'll get more into that information, because they go into testimonies where they talk about the NACA renters, basically to let you know that this is not a scam, that this is real, and here's real-time people who have had real-time experiences about this and how they've actually come out and been successful when they're in the program. Presentations where they talk about basically if you don't have a realtor, that NACA provides you with a realtor, and here's the information to end up getting that information with the realtor. I'm going to get into more information in later videos, but I actually found my own realtor that I would like to work with specifically, that's going to be in my location, that I trusted, and that also gave me more of that feeling that they knew what NACA was going to be about, because that's something I would recommend to everyone. Make sure you get a realtor who understands the NACA process. They talk about like financial management, which is like you know, getting into your monthly budgets. What are your bills? What are your expenses? What are things that you regularly spend money on, right? Like they get into like you needing your W-2 information. They get into minimal required income or funds. So that they're gonna get into like payment shocks. What does that mean for you to have a payment shock That's based off of whatever your current rent is, whatever your current bills are, and what is the mortgage that you would like to pay in the future. And they get into like your Metropolitan Statistical area. Once again, all information that I'm going to go on over in more details like later on in other videos, but this is just me giving you kind of like that quick outline of what they're going to go over. They say, how do you make that appointment? How do you make the appointment, people? So they give you the member ID. Now this is after you have attended this 4-hour workshop and you're like, okay, what do I need to do? What's the information that I need? They basically then give you this ID and they say you have to upload all these different documents that are going to get really confusing, and I'm going to get into details about that in the next video. But they go into all these details and they tell you upload all these things, and then call us when you are ready to make your appointment. I do not recommend that. The only reason why I don't recommend that is because you're going to be uploading a bunch of documents at different points and spaces and time within the time that you are waiting for your appointment with your MC, which is your mortgage counselor, and to the time that you're going to be going in and out while you're meeting with these other people as you're approved and all these other different things. You attend your Homebuyers Workshop and you have your member ID. What you're going to do is you're going to contact the number that they give you at the end. You'll see it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about once you go through the process. You need to contact them quite often in order for you to then make that appointment. Make your appointment. And then start looking into what is the web filing information that you need to start putting in, basically based off of your appointment date, because that's going to be very specific to when and how much information you need to be uploading. What's the first steps, right? So let's go over that really quickly again. First step is you're going to go on the NACA website. Second step is you're going to go attend the Homebuyers Workshop. That's a 4-hour workshop that is online right now because of the pandemic. After that workshop, you're going to get your member ID. Get that phone number, contact the member services so that way you can get your appointment made. And then you're going to then attack the web file with all the information that they want you to upload based off of that appointment made with the mortgage counselor. So I'm gonna end the video here. If y'all have any questions, y'all already know the vibe. Go down in the comment section. Give me a bunch of questions. I will answer it as I go along. Like I said, I'm taking you throughout this process as well. I'm also going to include the NACA information in the description box, so that way you could be able to see what is some other information or what are some other things that you may need, or what's the direct link to it, so that way you can go to it and check it out for yourself. But y'all already know the vibe. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all later in my next video. Love y'all.